What is going on, people? Joey Talks Boxing. I want to speak about what Alexander Usyk's manager, Alexander Krajusik, I think that's how you pronounce it, but I know who he is if I see him. I think he's a great promoter. I should really say promoter. I don't think he's manager. Because you can't be a manager and a promoter, right? He said that Tyson Fury is disrespecting his fans by doing this fight with Francis Ngannou. Really what he's saying is he's disrespecting the hardcore boxing fan who is also a Tyson Fury fan. And that would be me. I have been a big Tyson Fury fan for a very long time. And this is going back to when he beat Klitschko. And a lot of people weren't with him. I said back then it was Joshua and Wilder were the two big dogs. Usyk was a cruiserweight still. Joyce wasn't in the picture. Zhang wasn't in the picture. Hrgovic was in the picture. Dubois. It's actually funny. Frank Sanchez. All these guys were not there. It was a completely different landscape. It was Joshua Wilder, Joseph Parker, Dylan White, the big dogs of the division, Luis Ortiz. Boxing has changed a lot in the heavyweight division since then. But I said, even when he was out of the sport, going through his personal problems, he can come back and he could beat Wilder and Joshua. From a talent standpoint, he's the most talented heavyweight in the game. I said that back then. I didn't think he was going to come back and be this good, but I always rooted for him. And many people like me rooted for Tyson Fury when it was not easy to root for him. It was very difficult based off of boxing and based off of outside of boxing. He did a lot of stuff that made a lot of people dislike him. But us hardcore boxing fans, we stood by him. Some of us. And some didn't like him. He comes back and he fights Deontay Wilder. We know what he did, back in, the 3 fights with Wilder. And even whether you rooted for him or rooted against him, hardcore boxing fans, they embraced him from either a hero standpoint or a villain standpoint. Either they were pro him or they were against him. But they embraced him in boxing. And Usyks Promoter is absolutely correct in what he said when he said everything Tyson Fury has, from his ticket sales, his pay-per-view buys, his merchandise, his fame, the money he's made, is because of hardcore boxing fans. It is. That's just the reality. Some casual fans, they became, fans later on. They jumped on the bandwagon. But who is the people that are buying? Who are the people buying the pay-per-views, going to his fights, buying his merchandise? That's us, hardcore boxing fans, for the most part. And how does he repay his fans? He fights a guy who's never had a boxing match before, Francis Ngannou. And listen, I get it. There's money there, and he's bringing in a whole different audience that would not normally watch. But for me, that fight is garbage. It just is. It's straight up garbage. It's not a competitive fight. It's a guy who's never had a boxing match before. He's older than Fury, so it's not even like a Mayweather-McGregor situation where it was Floyd and Conor, where, at least Floyd was the older guy. And I think he has a knee problem, Ngannou. I don't know. I'm not into it. I want to see Fury fight Usyk. I want to see the best fight the best. And I would even be in support of Fury, even if he didn't fight Usyk, if he fought another top guy. If he fought Hrgovic, if he fought Frank Sanchez, if he fought any, he doesn't have to be a top guy. Just give me something. Like, even if you fought Hrgovic, I'd be okay with it. But for you to fight a guy who's never had a professional boxing match before, instead of unifying the division, I don't like it. And I think a lot of hardcore boxing fans don't like it too. And it's a slap in the face. It's spitting in our face. And he expects hardcore boxing fans to buy it. Well, to me, I'm not going to buy it, because how could I buy a fight and support this behavior? Because if I buy the fight, and people like hardcore boxing, like me, who are hardcore boxing fans, buy the fight, he's just going to do it again. He's going to fight another MMA fighter. I don't want that. I want him to fight other top boxers. And if I buy the fight, I'm incentivizing this bad behavior. It's like the equivalent of if you have a little kid and the little kid draws on the walls with crayons. Are you going to give that kid a prize? No, then they're going to do it again. You got to discipline them. So, listen, you want to go buy the fight, buy the fight. But for me, this fight is garbage. I don't want to see it, and I can't support it. I want to see Tyson Fury fight Usyk and other top heavyweights, because I like competitive boxing matches. Let me know what you guys think about Alexander Krajusyk's comments, and what else about Tyson Fury that's on your mind? Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And check out my other videos. Peace.